This story is part of the Cardinal and Dove series, After the Mountain, a collection based on Jesus' teachings from the Sermon on the Mount. This is Seen by the Father, when no one else notices. Have you ever done something kind or made a hard but right choice and quietly wondered if it even mattered, simply because no one noticed? As Jesus sat with the crowd on that mountainside, he spoke right into that feeling. Beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them, for then you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven. These words gently shift our focus. If we're being honest, it's natural to want to be seen. We want to feel like what we do counts and that our efforts actually matter. But Jesus points us towards something much deeper. The truth is, so much of what shapes a life with God happens in the quiet places. It's in the small choices, the simple acts of kindness, and the moments when absolutely no one is watching. It's easy to feel like those moments don't count, but in God's kingdom, they are everything. When we live for the approval of others, we end up in a cycle of always needing more recognition, more likes, more reassurance. It leaves us feeling unsettled, like we're constantly performing on a stage. But Jesus invites us into a much freer way of living, a life lived simply before the Father. This is where grace meets us. Through Jesus, you are already fully seen. You don't have to perform to get God's attention, and you don't have to prove your worth to Him. His care for you isn't distant or occasional. It is constant. When you start to live from that truth, the need to be noticed by the world starts to loosen its grip. Your actions are no longer about getting a reaction. They become a quiet, beautiful response to the love you've already received. The Sermon on the Mount reminds us that a life with God isn't built on being visible. It's built on a relationship. Even the things you do in secret carry deep meaning because they are seen by the one who knows you completely. In that place, you can finally rest. Not in being noticed by the world, but in being known by your Father. What if what matters most today isn't what others see? What if it's the quiet faithfulness that only God sees? Rest in the fact that even in your quietest moments, you are already fully loved. This story comes from Matthew chapter 6, where Jesus spoke to ordinary people, people with questions, struggles, and everyday lives. His words were not meant to feel distant or out of reach. They were meant to be heard, understood, and lived. If this story was meaningful to you, we invite you to like and subscribe so you can continue walking with us through the After the Mountain series by the Cardinal and Dove. We're glad you're here.